Welcome to The Fire Within. I'm Joel Young, your host. We have tonight another episode of our series where we explore entrepreneurial style Okanagan companies. And tonight I'm particularly pleased to introduce as my guests two executive members of one of the largest furniture companies in British Columbia. And tonight, to my left, we have the founder and chairman of the company, Ray Candola. And sitting to the left of Ray is Das Candola, who is the general manager of the immense West Kelowna store. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming to share with our viewers tonight. I'm particularly interested, and I've thought about this for a long time, ever since I met you, Das. I'm particularly interested in hearing tonight, as our viewers will be, the story of your company. Ray, can you pick that up and give us a feel for the genesis of the idea of why? Because both of you have told me your company has 22 stores that you own either alone or with others. Am I saying it correctly?
That's true.
Okay. Please, Ray?
To start,
Yes.
I start this City Furniture. It's, this year is going to be 40 years in September.
Yeah.
And I did work in a furniture store before I start my own. And at that time, felt that I'm doing too much work. But that turned out to be a blessing for me and for City Furniture. That was, I think, 1968 when I worked for my uncle. I came to Canada in 1966, January 9th. So it's 50 years in Canada now.
For heaven's sakes,
I did everything. I sold furniture, I delivered, I serviced. At that time, the stores were at very small stores, like 8,000 square feet, some. So, and as owner-operator, my uncle asked me to do everything. I was young, and we did. We made his business very successful. I was there till 1976. And then I had my old buddies from college from back home, who I went to college 4 years in India. And they came in 1970. And they started asking me if we should start our own business. I was a little reluctant, but after thinking about it, and we were quite energetic, we decided to go ahead and open a store. First store opened was in Prince George. And I kept same rules what I had applied to my uncle's store. That was honesty and hard work. Looked after a customer like that's my own. And customers in Prince George became more friends than customers to me. Even to now, their kids, grandkids are still dealing with my store. Every time I go to Prince George, quite often, obviously, because we still have, actually, we got 2 stores. We are opening another one in Prince George, actually home store.
Okay.
So we pretty well dominate there. So, when I go, every time I go, I see faces, and the kids will come up to me, and they're not kids, they're married. They said, "Don't you remember me, Ray? I used to come to your store with my dad when I was this big." Joel, it gives me such a good feeling.
I'll bet it does.
It gives me,
bet it does.
It's not just being successful in business, it's not being satisfied what happened to my life, but that part always give me good feeling. When I talk to the people and they are so happy, third generation dealing with, now my kids are running that store. And so we started in 1983 with my both partners. We branched out first. I stayed in Prince George. One of my partner came to Vernon. We opened store there. We bought Winman building. I don't know if you know Winman.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Yes, so from Judy we bought that building and then in the business. Then other partner went to Dawson Creek.
Oh, for heaven's sakes, Dawson
Yeah,
Creek.
out of all the places, imagine going
Yeah.
to Dawson Creek. Never even been to Dawson before. He thought it'd be easier, and sure enough, I mean, now he's still there. He's still in Dawson Creek, very successful. We have like Fort St. John, Peace River, Fort Nelson, Grand Prairie. So he got a lot of stores up north now. But we kept the biggest thing, I think, the reason we're successful is we treat our customers like our own. And it's all family business. My kids, my nephews, they're like my sons. My brother, they all came along as they finished school. They all came to into the business. And that helped a lot. That was one of the reason we expanded more. Obviously, I couldn't have done it without the family, and I was so proud. And they gave me enough respect to be part of City Furniture, part of the family. So I've been very blessed for two things. One, I have very good family. I mean, I'm not bragging, but my kids are good, my nephews, brothers. I'm blessed with that. Then I have friends.
You're getting a compliment.
Well, thank you.
It's not that often it happens, but so. And my friends who are now at my age, and we are still best of friends, and that's going back to 1962 is when we went to college first year, and there we are. I don't know how many years that makes, but we still spend time together. We do go on holidays together, we buy together, we play together, so it's been very good life.
And you came, I'm going to ask you to repeat yourself. You came to Canada from India in what year?
January 9th, 1966.
66, okay.
And I think the biggest success, not the business having 22 stores, which is great. All the people, whether they are our partners or their franchise stores, they're City Furniture family. Like we have, just last week actually, we had all general managers meeting here in Kelowna, that which we do a couple times a year. And you know, I was just sitting there, listening to all the young kids now who are running stores. And I just sat there, just enjoyed every moment of it. I said, when did I ever thought that will happen? 30 years ago, 20 years ago. All we want to do, run 1 or 2 or 3 stores, and that's it. But all of a sudden, we were blessed with a good family and friends,
And it
and
just
there we are.
kept growing and growing
But
and growing.
in the beginning, most of the managers got trained in Prince George. And they were trained on the same level, same system, same way, the way I was running business. And that continued even up to now. We keep that. We keep that same system, City Furniture way. That's what I always say. I said, that's the City Furniture way. That means service above all. You must service the customer. You must think a customer have a problem. Imagine if you have the same problem, how would you feel?
Good.
Very simple.
Yes, I like that.
And we train them, and that's been always my policy. And then if I find even 1 out of 2 or 3 kids good, I don't let them go. We retain them.
Okay.
Retention, training, retention, been one of the, I think the main focus I had. And last few years now, kids are doing great. Dad, Sid, and Kamloops, they're doing the same way I was. And I feel very good about it, Joe.
Well, listening to you talk, Ray, please allow me to interject a moment. I'm thinking, my mind's going while you're talking. You have 22 stores now. Have you stopped?
My partner, who is in Vegas now, we were together. I was there 3 weeks. We all have our homes and condos. About 15 years ago, I said to him, I said, Ted, that's enough. He said, okay, I'm ready. He's like that. He's like very dear friend to me, like brother. And then I opened Kamloops' bigger store. So he said, well, what's this? A few years later, Prince George, we moved to a very large store. So he came, he asked me the same question. Well, I said, I don't know. To compete in the market, we got to do it. I think the reason I cannot stop is I'm really enjoying it. That's why. When I'm in Kelowna here, when I'm here, I go to store almost every day, even though if I go for 2 hours or 4 hours, but I'm there every day. That's the way I am, and I love it.
It's in your blood.
Well, I don't know. It is in the blood, obviously.
As the saying goes, it's in your blood.
It's in the blood now. And it was funny, I got a friend of mine visiting from Prince George, and we were sitting last night, and we were talking about the store, and he said, my God, Ray, you still get so excited. Yeah. So he went to the store this morning, we were laughing with the staff and doing things. He said, now I know why you keep coming to the store and you keep doing. I said, yeah, I enjoy when my staff is happy.
Well,
I enjoy that.
Please allow me again. I can tell both of you, you two, Des, I can tell you the times that I've come to the West Kelowna store, everybody in that store who's a staff member has always, always, always been so polite and personable to me, and that has really made an impression. I'm including you, Des.
Absolutely. I learned from the best.
Yeah,
so.
they've been always very polite. Make me feel like I belong, you know? Always.
Because we are there all the time.
Yeah.
And they know what we want. They know what we really like to, how we want the operation run, and they're gelling in now, and they're like having a great time in the store with us.
All of our staff is like our own family, working with every day. We spend more time with your staff than you do with your own family at home.
Yeah.
And you do. You end up spending more time at work with your staff, so they're part of your family, and they're like a big family to us.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, that's terrific. That's the and ironically, that's the way it should be from an entrepreneurial perspective. The two key cornerstones of an entrepreneur, gentlemen, are innovation and creativity. And when I think of what creating a corporation, a family business, where people think and act and behave as a family, that's real, true entrepreneurship, which is one of the reasons why I wanted us to put your company on air.
Thank you.
Is because that feeling that it made me feel when I'm in your store and around you. Gentlemen, I think we're ready to take a commercial break. Let's pick it up in a couple of seconds, and we'll talk about the West Kelowna store, because I like our viewers, those who haven't been in the West Kelowna store, and in fact, those viewers who don't even know that there is a West Kelowna store, I like them to hear about it from you, Das, particularly, okay?
Absolutely.
So let's take a break, and we'll be right back with you in a moment. Gentlemen, let's pick up a little bit where we left off, because we have a lot to cover before we say goodnight to each other. Das, I think you'd like to talk a little bit for our viewers about how you became involved with City Furniture Company.
Absolutely, Joel.
And then from that, let's lead into the West Kelowna store, because I'm really excited about hearing you talk about West Kelowna.
Awesome. Thank you, Joel, for giving us the opportunity to share our story and success of City Furniture.
And, very welcome. It's my
much
pleasure, believe me.
appreciated to be here and share some of the things that we're doing currently or have done in the past. I got my opportunity out of Prince George as well with Uncle Ray, just like he worked with his uncle, and Uncle Ray gave me the opportunity back in 1985. He kind of asked me, I was graduating in 1986, what do you want to do, son? He always called me son. I said, you know, I want to be an electrician. I want to get into, my brother owned a company at the time, and I said, I'll probably go to school, college, and get a electrician's, course, and maybe get into electrical. And he said, is that what you really want to do? I said, I'm not too sure about it. So he said, you know what, you should try working with me. And he gave me the opportunity to started at the bottom with him, delivering just like he did in his days. And that was 31 years ago, 1985 is when I started at the Prince George location. Yeah. Moved around a little. At the age of 18, I was given the opportunity to move to Dawson Creek. and run a store in Fort Nelson in 1986. And
You were pretty young.
I was pretty young. So I did that for 2 years, and then I moved to Kamloops with my brother, Sid, who I dearly love. He was my mentor as well, just like Uncle Ray, getting me into the business early, and worked with him for a couple of years in Kamloops. And then we opened Merit Store, and I was already running, and I was
Merit.
given, yes, and I was given the opportunity to manage that store for the family, and then I eventually ended up with the store from that. And when West Kelowna store was talked about, we already had a location here in the past, and it was smaller. And when the lease expired, it wasn't renewed, and it was almost 1 year where we didn't have a store in the valley here. And,
Okay.
Uncle Ray talked to me, and I was in Merit for 23 years, and that was a long time. And
Okay.
still have a location there that I manage and oversee. And 3 years ago, Uncle Ray, or actually almost 4 years ago, Uncle Ray said to me, "Wouldn't you like to move to the Okanagan?" And I said, "Absolutely. When can I move?" And so he started looking at properties and looked around, and our location had already was shutting down due to the lease expired. And we took the opportunity, and I said, "There's only about 2 or 3 different conditions, Uncle Ray, that I would really like to do in this store if I'm allowed." And that was, we needed to have a big location. We needed to have a big store. We needed to have a large warehouse so we can stock inventory. We don't have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks for appliances to come in. And when people need stuff, we have it. It's ready to go. So we were able to assemble 45,000 square foot of showroom, along with almost 20,000 square feet of warehousing under the same roof. And
Under the same roof.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's a big thing to have as far as inventory and stock. My other couple of things that I asked Uncle Ray that with his blessing was, we want to be the store with the largest inventory of Canadian-made goods. First of all, BC-made goods, then Canadian-made, then we'll go to North America, and then we'll go to Asia. So that was another big success in our store, and we are able to rightfully say that we probably have the largest selection of Canadian-made goods under one roof in Western Canada.
Oh, for heaven's sakes. I listen to your commercials. I listen to your commercials on radio where you're accentuating Canadian-made goods.
That's right. And from that, we've assembled a pretty good team of, our warehouse staff to our regular staff, our sales staff. I look after day-to-day operations at the store, and Uncle Ray's there for my guidance, as well as still mentors me up after 31 years. I still get in heck here and there, but I like it. I actually enjoy that. If you didn't do that, I'd be thinking something is wrong.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
and the last 3 years, we've had a steady growth, and we're very thankful to the customers from the West Kelowna, the surrounding communities that are coming as far as Vernon, Lumby. We just had a customer from Lumby the other day, and as far as Princeton, as far as Osoyoos and Oliver. So
you just said something that I think is very, very important to a retail business, and that's the community has accepted you. You really feel, I'm asking this to both of you, you really feel that the West Kelowna community has accepted City Furniture?
Well, I knew that it's going to take time. I totally understood first 5-6 months how people are just watching. What are they going to be here next year? Remember, Future Shop came, Future Shop went.
Yep.
And Sears closed. So they were sort of uncertain. Yeah. But I knew that. But we kept our eyes on the ball. We kept our focus what we're supposed to do, how we're supposed to run the store. Now it's 2.5 years. Actually, I was just talking to one of our top sales lady in the store. She told me last Saturday, she said, "Ray, everything is happening exactly what you told me 2 years, it will happen." She said, "Now people are coming and buying." I said, "Yeah, it takes time for people to build trust."
Yeah.
And I don't blame customers, but now the feeling is there for people, they're accepting, like Daz said. they're accepting us as part of the community, and we are part of the community.
You are, that's right.
Does a lot of community work. So do I. We both belong to two Rotary clubs in West Side and in Peachland.
Absolutely, Joel, and it's been a pleasure moving here. I've been here 3 years. My family has finally moved here now as well, and we are in the community. We are doing anything and everything we can for the community to be a better place to be in.
Let's talk about the West Kelowna store now, if we may, Das. Can you tell our viewers exactly how big that store is, and just tongue-in-cheek, what would be the approximate book value of the furniture in that store? Are you allowed? Can you say that?
It's something that Uncle Ray could maybe answer or say.
Let's put it this way. We have backup product of everything we have in our showroom. So people they don't have to wait. And there is quite a bit inventory involved. Obviously, it's a fairly large store.
Yes, it is.
As well. Go over it, the size and how we do it,
Yeah.
What sets us a little bit apart from, say, our competition or stores that are out there is the size, it's the inventory, it's availability. We're able to turn around and deliver within 1 or 2 days of your purchase. There's not too many stores are able to do that.
No, I like that. I like to hear that.
Folks want to buy furniture. They're here maybe from out of town, and they want to get it home sooner than later.
Ray and Das, in a recent conversation that I'd had with you, you reminded me that this fall, September to be precise, is the 40th anniversary of the City Furniture existence. Can you talk to our viewers about the celebrations that your company is going to undertake? Anything new and exciting to let the community in the Okanagan and the viewers and customers know?
I think we're kicking off to start with a charity golf tournament this summer, which will be, we bring in all the manufacturers who we've been dealing with forever and all our store managers and owners.
Have you picked a date?
Yes, June 6th.
Okay.
And that's a charity golf tournament where we raise money and give it to local charity. That'll be given to the West Side charity. And that'll be the start of 40th celebration. But then after that, the kids are planning big promotions, obviously. This is a milestone for me and my original partners. So Dad can go over more what they're planning to do for inside store.
Well, definitely it's going to be the 40th, so it'll be huge for us. Besides just putting a promo on, it'll be like a celebrating with our customers. We will be coming up with some promos where customers will feel like 40 years, and it's been worth waiting for. As far as a promo, obviously we're going to have a big major promo, but on top of that we will do something for our customers during that promo.
Customer appreciation?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And
because I think that would be important. Customer appreciation.
Oh,
that's
yes.
right. So 40 years, I mean, we're going to do something major.
In every store, every location.
Yeah, in every store, yeah.
There will be giveaways, there will be things like that for draws and whatnot for
A
customers.
trip to Texas for me?
Absolutely. Now that we have
Okay.
it on TV as well.
Gentlemen, I think we've pretty much run out of time this evening. I want to thank you both very genuinely and sincerely. I've enjoyed listening to you talk. And first of all, I enjoyed meeting both of you. And I can look in your faces and tell you that and mean it. And I know, Das, you're intuitive enough to know that when I say I mean it, you know I mean it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for coming tonight. I look forward to seeing you at the store. And I look forward to participating with you in your celebration.
Awesome.
Good night and thank you.
Thank you, Joel.
Thank you.